Oh, crud.
Griffin, we need to talk. Griffin.
Oh, well, no.
Roar!
I totally think this is working.
How weak.
Oh, sweet nanny, that is painful. Oh!
I've been able to talk.
Let's see, today's Tuesday, so,
We don't want you to leave. You listen to us. We'll show you how to get the girl.
I think I should just maybe ask.
In the movie Zookeeper, the story is about a gentle and kind man named Griffin. Griffin works at a zoo where he takes care of many different animals every single day. His job is very important because animals need someone to look after them, feed them, clean their homes, and make sure they feel safe and happy. Griffin loves animals a lot and spends his time helping them in every way he can. From feeding the lions to cleaning the elephant's space, Griffin does it all with a big smile on his face. He knows that animals cannot speak like humans, but he still listens carefully to their needs and feelings. This makes Griffin very special because he shows how much care and love can make a big difference in the lives of animals. Even though he is quiet and sometimes shy around people, Griffin's heart is very big and he always wants to do the right thing. His work as a zookeeper is not just a job, it's a way to show kindness and respect to all living creatures. Griffin's story becomes more exciting and magical when the animals at the zoo suddenly start to talk. They realize that Griffin is sad because he wants to tell a woman named Kate how much he likes her, but he is too nervous and scared to say it. The animals want to help Griffin because they care about him and want him to be happy. They come up with a funny and clever plan to teach him how to be brave and confident when talking to Kate. Each animal has a special way of helping Griffin. The lion, who is strong and proud, teaches Griffin how to be courageous and stand tall, like a king. The playful monkeys show Griffin how to have fun and be silly sometimes, which makes people smile. The gentle elephants remind him to be kind and patient, and the funny penguins teach him how to be friendly and make others feel comfortable. All these lessons help Griffin learn how to believe in himself and feel ready to share his feelings. The animals' friendship and support show that when friends work together, they can help each other overcome fears and challenges. Griffin's biggest contribution in this story is how he grows from a shy man into someone who understands the power of being honest and true to himself. Even though he started off feeling unsure and nervous, he listens carefully to the advice from his animal friends. He learns that being brave does not mean never feeling scared, but it means trying your best even when you are afraid. Griffin practices what the animals teach him, and step by step, he becomes more confident. He realizes that people will like him for who he really is, not for being perfect or pretending to be someone else. This part of the movie teaches kids an important lesson. Everyone feels scared sometimes, but with the help of friends and a little courage, you can do amazing things. Griffin also shows us that helping others, like how he helps the animals, is one of the kindest and most important things we can do. Taking care of others makes the world a better place. And Griffin's kindness makes the zoo a happy home for all animals. At the end of the movie, Griffin finally finds the courage to tell Kate how he feels, because of the lessons from his animal friends and his own hard work. He becomes confident and happy. The story shows us that love and friendship are very powerful, and we should never give up on what makes our hearts happy. Griffin's contribution is not only about being a great zookeeper, but also about teaching us all that being yourself is the best way to live. We don't need to be perfect or loud to make a difference. Kindness, bravery, and honesty are what matter most. Zookeeper is a joyful and heartwarming movie that reminds kids that with friends by your side, love in your heart, and courage to try anything is possible. It is a wonderful story about caring, friendship, and believing in yourself. No matter how shy or scared you might feel in the movie Zookeeper, Frank Coraci worked as the director, which means he was the person in charge of telling the whole story on the screen. He was responsible for making sure that every part of the movie, from the actors to the animals to the funny and magical moments, all came together perfectly. Frank Coraci had to imagine the story in his head and then guide all the actors and crew to make that vision real. He decided how the scenes should look, how the animals should be shown, and how the funny moments would make people laugh. He also worked very closely with the people who made the animals look real and lively on the screen, like trainers, animators, and special effects teams. His job was very big and very important because he had to make sure everything in the zoo looked magical, fun, and believable for kids and families to enjoy. One of the most important things Frank Coraci did was work with the actors to bring the story to life. He guided Adam Sandler, who played Griffin, to act in a way that was funny, caring, and lovable. He also helped all the other actors, including the people who played the visitors to the zoo, so that their reactions matched the magical and funny moments with the talking animals. Frank made sure the actors could pretend to talk to animals in a way that looked real and funny. He helped them practice their expressions, gestures, and timing so the jokes and heartwarming moments felt natural. His direction helped the movie stay exciting and enjoyable, so kids could laugh at the silly moments and feel happy during the kind and magical moments with Griffin and the animals. Another big part of Frank Coraci's job was dealing with the animals and special effects, which was not always easy. The movie has lions, monkeys, elephants, and many other animals, and sometimes working with real animals can be tricky. He had to make sure the animals were safe, happy, and treated kindly while still making the scenes fun and exciting. He also had to combine the real animals with computer graphics for the scenes where the animals talk. This meant he had to carefully plan how the animals would move, when they would talk, and how the camera would capture everything. Frank Coraci spent a lot of time making sure that the magic of talking animals looked believable, so that kids could enjoy the story and feel like the animals really had personalities and could be friends with Griffin. Frank Coraci faced many challenges, but he worked hard to solve them and make the movie amazing. He had to balance funny moments, magical moments, and heartwarming scenes, all while keeping the story simple and clear for kids. He had to make decisions about the sets, the costumes, the zoo, and how every scene would flow from one to the next. Even though it was hard to direct a movie with so many animals, special effects, and actors, he used his creativity, patience, and experience to guide everyone. In the end, Frank Coraci's work as the director made Zookeeper a funny, magical, and heartwarming movie that children and families could enjoy together. His direction helped Griffin's story of friendship, bravery, and love come alive on the big screen in a way that was fun, exciting, and easy for kids to understand and enjoy. In the movie Zookeeper, the story and the funny, magical moments that happen on screen were written by a team of very creative writers: Nick Bakay, Rock Rubin, Kevin James, Jay Sherrick, and David Ron. These writers worked together to create the screenplay, which is like the instruction book for the movie. The screenplay tells the actors what to say, what to do, and how the story should move from the beginning to the end. They wrote all the funny jokes, the magical talking animal scenes, and the heartwarming moments when Griffin learns to be brave and kind. Their work was very important because it shaped the story, made it fun for kids, and showed how the animals and humans could become best friends. Without their ideas, the movie would not have had so many laugh-out-loud moments or magical adventures. One of the main things the writers did was make sure the characters were interesting and easy to understand for kids. Griffin, the main character, needed to be lovable, shy, and brave at the same time. The writers gave him funny lines that kids could laugh at. And they also made him say kind and caring things so everyone could see that he had a good heart. They also gave each animal its own funny personality and unique way of speaking so children could easily tell them apart and enjoy their magic. For example, the monkeys were mischievous and playful. The elephants were wise and patient, and the lions were brave and strong. The writers made sure each animal had its own funny moments and helpful advice for Griffin, which made the story magical and exciting for children. Writing the screenplay was not always easy for Nick Bakay, Rock Rubin, Kevin James, Jay Sherrick, and David Ron. They had to think about many different challenges at the same time. They needed to make the jokes funny but not mean, the magic believable but still exciting, and the story easy to follow for kids. They also had to make sure the scenes with talking animals worked well with the actors and the special effects. Sometimes, ideas had to be changed because real animals do not always do what you expect, or because a joke did not sound right on screen. Despite these problems, the writers worked very hard, trying many different ideas and improving the story, until it became funny, magical, and heartwarming. Their teamwork helped create a screenplay that was full of life, laughter, and love. In the end, the work of these 5 writers made Zookeeper a movie that children and families could enjoy together. Their creative ideas brought the zoo, the animals, and Griffin's story to life. The screenplay made sure every scene was funny. Every character had personality, and every magical moment felt real. They showed that imagination, teamwork, and careful thinking can turn a simple story into a magical adventure. Because of their work, kids could understand the importance of being kind, brave, and true to themselves, while also laughing at all the silly, fun, and exciting moments. The screenplay became the heart of the movie, making Zookeeper a story full of friendship, courage, love, and magic that children would remember and enjoy for a long time. In the movie Zookeeper, the story was created by Jay Sherrick and David Ron, which means they were the people who first imagined the idea and built the adventure from the ground up. They thought about the main character, Griffin Keyes, kind and shy zookeeper who loves animals and imagined all the magical things that could happen to him. They dreamed up the idea that the animals in the zoo could talk and that they would help Griffin become brave enough to tell the woman he loves, Kate, how he feels. Jay Sherrick and David Ron had to make sure the story was funny, exciting, magical, and heartwarming at the same time. They created all the big and small adventures that happen in the zoo, from the silly mistakes Griffin makes to the clever ways the animals give him advice. Their imagination was the foundation of the whole movie, one of the most important things Jay Sherrick and David Ron did was design the characters and the magical animal world. They decided what each animal's personality should be and how it would interact with Griffin. For example, they gave the monkeys mischievous and playful personalities, the elephants wise and calm traits, and the lions strong and brave qualities. They also thought about Griffin's personality and how he would react to all the magic around him. They made sure the story would be easy for children to understand, with clear lessons about friendship, courage, and kindness. Every funny scene, magical moment, and touching lesson in the movie started with their story ideas, which helped the writers, actors, and director bring it all to life on the screen. Creating the story was not always easy for Jay Sherrick and David Ron. They faced many challenges, like making the talking animals feel believable, keeping the story exciting, and making sure kids could follow everything without getting confused. They had to think carefully about how Griffin would learn important lessons, how the animals would help him, and how to include both humor and heart in every scene. Sometimes they had to change parts of the story if something didn't feel right, or if a joke didn't work. They also had to plan the story so that it could be filmed with real animals safely, which meant balancing imagination with what was possible in real life. Despite these challenges, they kept improving the story, adding fun adventures, magical ideas, and clever animal antics that made the movie funny and heartwarming. In the end, the story by Jay Sherrick and David Ron became the heart of Zookeeper. Their imagination and hard work created a magical world where animals can talk. Friendships are strong, and bravery and kindness are celebrated. They made sure the movie would teach children important lessons while also making them laugh at the funny, silly, and playful moments in the zoo. Because of their story, kids could enjoy Griffin's journey, feel the excitement of magical animals helping him, and understand the power of friendship and courage. Their work was the first step that allowed the director, writers, and actors to turn the story into a full, magical, and unforgettable movie that families could enjoy together. In the movie, Zookeeper, a tease, the producers, Todd Garner, Kevin James, Adam Sandler, Jack Geraputo, and Walt Becker played a very important role behind the scenes. A producer is like the person who makes sure the whole movie can be made from start to finish. They help bring together the story, the director, the actors, the animals, and all the people working on the movie. Todd Garner, Kevin James, Adam Sandler, Jack Geraputo, and Walt Becker worked together to make sure the movie was fun, magical, and ready for kids and families to enjoy. They made big decisions about the budget, the schedule, and where and how the movie would be filmed. Their work was very important because they helped turn ideas from the writers and the director into a real movie that could be shown on the big screen. One of the main things the producers did was support the director and the actors. They worked closely with Frank Coraci, the director, to make sure he had everything he needed to bring the story to life. They also helped Adam Sandler, who played Griffin, and the other actors feel comfortable and confident while filming. The producers gave advice, solved problems, and made sure that everyone could focus on their roles. For example, they helped plan scenes with the animals, which can be tricky because real animals don't always do exactly what you want. By helping the actors and director, the producers made sure that Griffin's adventures and funny moments with the talking animals looked exciting, magical, and believable for kids. The producers also faced many challenges while making Zookeeper. Working with animals is not easy. Lions, elephants, monkeys, and many other animals were in the movie, and the producers had to make sure all of them were safe and treated kindly. They also had to plan for special effects, like making the animals talk, which takes a lot of planning and teamwork. Sometimes scenes had to be changed or filmed in a different way if the animals didn't cooperate. On top of that, they had to balance funny moments, magical moments, and heartwarming lessons, so that kids could understand the story and enjoy it. Even though it was very challenging, the producers worked hard to solve every problem and make sure the movie stayed fun, exciting, and full of magic. In the end, the work of Todd Garner, Kevin James, Adam Sandler, Jack Geraputo, and Walt Becker helped make Zookeeper a movie that children and families could enjoy together. Because of their hard work, Griffin's story of friendship, bravery, and love came to life on the big screen. They made sure the animals were happy, the actors performed well, and the story was funny, magical, and heartwarming. The producers' work allowed kids to laugh at the silly adventures, feel happy with the magical talking animals, and understand the lessons about kindness, courage, and teamwork. Without their careful planning and support, the movie would not have been such a fun, exciting, and magical experience for children and families all over the world. In the movie Zookeeper, Michael Barrett worked as the cinematographer, which is a very important job in making a movie. The cinematographer is the person who decides how everything looks on the screen. Michael Barrett was responsible for choosing the camera angles, lighting, and how each scene would be filmed so that it looked exciting, magical, and fun. He made sure that the zoo looked colorful and lively, showing all the animals in a way that felt real and beautiful. Michael Barrett also worked closely with the director, Frank Coraci, to make sure that every scene matched the story and the emotions the movie wanted to show. His work helped children see Griffin and the talking animals in a magical world where everything looked fun, bright, and full of life. One of the most important things Michael Barrett did was capture the animals and their personalities on camera. Since the animals were a big part of the movie, he had to film them in a way that made them look like they could talk and interact with Griffin. He chose camera angles that made the animals look cute, funny, brave, or wise depending on the scene. He also made sure that the lighting in the zoo looked natural during the day and magical during special scenes, so kids could feel like they were really visiting the zoo. Every funny jump of a monkey, every gentle step of an elephant, and every roar of a lion was carefully filmed so it felt exciting and real. Filming Zookeeper was not always easy for Michael Barrett. One of the biggest challenges was working with real animals, because animals do not always do what humans expect. He had to be patient and ready to film multiple times to capture the perfect moment. Another challenge was filming scenes with the special effects, like when animals were talking. He had to make sure the camera angles matched the animations and voice acting so that it looked believable and magical. Michael Barrett also had to work with the actors, helping them look natural, while interacting with animals that sometimes were not doing exactly what they were supposed to do. Despite these difficulties, he used his skills, creativity, and patience to make the movie look amazing. In the end, Michael Barrett's work as the cinematographer made Zookeeper a visually exciting and magical movie for children and families. His camera work allowed kids to see the zoo as a lively, colorful, and fun place where magical talking animals could exist. He helped bring the story to life by showing every funny, heartwarming, and magical moment in the best way possible. Because of his work, children could enjoy Griffin's adventures, laugh at the silly animal antics, and feel the excitement of the zoo as if they were really there. Michael Barrett's cinematography turned the story into a magical visual experience that made Zookeeper fun, bright, and unforgettable for kids everywhere. In the movie Zookeeper, Scott Hill worked as the editor, which is a very important job in making a movie. The editor's job is to take all the scenes that have been filmed and put them together in the right order so the story makes sense and is fun to watch. Scott Hill decided how long each scene should last, which parts should come first, and how to make the funny, magical, and exciting moments flow perfectly. He worked very closely with the director, Frank Karachi, to make sure the movie looked smooth and that the story of Griffin and the talking animals could be enjoyed by children and families. His work helped every funny joke, magical animal moment, and heartwarming scene feel just right on the screen. One of the most important things Scott Hill did was make the movie funny and exciting for kids. He had to choose the best takes of Adam Sandler and the other actors, along with the best moments of the animals, and put them together so it would make children laugh and feel happy. He also made sure the scenes with the talking animals looked magical and believable by carefully syncing the voices of the animals with their movements on the screen. Every jump, roar, and funny gesture of the animals had to be timed perfectly so that it would feel real and make kids smile. Scott Hill's editing made Griffin's adventures in the zoo look fun, playful, and full of excitement. Editing Zookeeper was not always easy for Scott Hill. One of the biggest challenges was working with many different animals, actors, and special effects. Real animals do not always behave the way humans want, so sometimes Scott Hill had to cut and rearrange scenes to make the story smooth. He also had to make the animals' talking scenes match the computer-generated voices and animations perfectly, which required a lot of careful timing and attention to detail. Another challenge was balancing the funny moments with the heartwarming lessons about courage, kindness, and friendship, so that children could enjoy the story while also learning important values. Despite these challenges, Scott Hill used his skills, patience, and creativity to make the movie look magical and fun. In the end, Scott Hill's work as the editor helped make Zookeeper a movie that children and families could watch and enjoy together. His careful editing allowed the story to flow smoothly, made the animals' magical talking moments believable, and made the funny scenes even funnier. Because of his work, kids could follow Griffin's adventures, laugh at the silly antics of the animals, and feel excited and happy while watching the zoo come alive. Scott Hill's editing turned the filmed scenes into a magical and entertaining movie that made Zookeeper colorful, playful, and unforgettable for children everywhere. In the movie Zookeeper, Rupert Gregson Williams worked as the music composer, which is a very special and important job in making a movie magical and fun. The music composer creates all the sounds and songs that play during the movie to help tell the story. Rupert Gregson Williams made music that matched Griffin's adventures and the magical talking animals in the zoo. His music helped kids feel excited during funny scenes, feel happy during heartwarming moments, and feel amazed during magical animal moments. Without his music, the movie would not feel as lively, colorful, or magical. He worked closely with the director, Frank Coraci, to make sure every part of the movie sounded just right for children and families. One of the most important things Rupert Gregson Williams did was create music that matched the animals' personalities. For example, he wrote playful and silly tunes for the mischievous monkeys, strong and brave music for the lions, and calm and wise music for the elephants. He also made cheerful and magical music for scenes where Griffin was learning lessons, kindness, and friendship. Every musical note helped tell the story and make the animals feel alive. His music made kids laugh, feel excitement, and understand the emotions of the characters even without words. The music was like a magical guide, helping children enjoy every moment of Griffin's adventures in the zoo. Making music for Zookeeper was not always easy for Rupert Gregson Williams. One challenge was matching the music perfectly with the talking animals and the actors' performances. He had to make sure the music played at the right time, like during funny jokes, magical surprises, or exciting adventures. Without covering the characters' voices, he also had to balance the music so it made the movie exciting but not too loud or scary for children. Another challenge was making the music feel magical for the zoo so that kids could believe the animals were alive and talking. Rupert Gregson Williams used his creativity, skill, and patience to solve these challenges and make the movie sound perfect. In the end, Rupert Gregson Williams' music helped make Zookeeper a movie that children and families could enjoy even more. His playful, magical, and heartwarming music made every funny moment funnier. Every magical animal moment more exciting, and every lesson about kindness, courage, and friendship easier to feel and understand. Because of his work, kids could laugh at the silly animals, cheer for Griffin's bravery, and feel happy during all the magical adventures in the zoo. Rupert Gregson Williams' music made Zookeeper colorful, lively, magical, and unforgettable, helping the story come alive in a way that was fun, exciting, and perfect for children. The movie Zookeeper was made with lots of hard work by many people. But the main star, Griffin, plays a very special part in the whole story. Griffin's contribution to the movie is important because he shows us how being kind and caring can change the world around you. When the filmmakers made Zookeeper, they wanted to tell a story about friendship, courage, and love that kids and families could enjoy together. To bring this story to life, the production team worked very hard to create a colorful zoo full of animals that look real and act funny. They used special effects to make the animals talk, laugh, and help Griffin in his adventure. Griffin's role as the zookeeper is the heart of the movie because he teaches us that no matter who you are, you can be brave and kind. The people making the movie had to make sure Griffin's character was friendly and easy to understand so kids could see how important it is to care for others. During the production of Zookeeper, many creative people worked behind the scenes to make everything perfect. The director helped actors like Griffin practice their lines and actions so they could show true feelings on screen. The animals, some real and some created with computers, were made to look and act like Griffin's friends. Griffin's contribution to the movie is not just his acting, but also how he connects with these animals. This connection makes the movie magical and fun to watch. The production team also built special sets that looked like a real zoo, with cages, trees, and water places, so it felt like Griffin really lived there. All of these things were made carefully so that kids could believe in the story and learn from Griffin's kindness and bravery. One of Griffin's biggest contributions during production was how he made the movie's message clear and easy to understand. Griffin shows kids that even if you feel shy or scared, you can still be a hero by being yourself. The production team worked to show this in every part of the movie, from the costumes Griffin wore to the way he talked to the animals and the people around him. Griffin's character was made to be a good example of patience, love, and courage. The music, sounds, and funny moments were all added to help kids feel happy and excited while watching Griffin's journey. Because of Griffin's warm and caring role, the movie teaches important lessons about friendship, helping others, and believing in yourself. This made Griffin's contribution very big because he brought the story to life in a way that everyone, especially kids, could understand and enjoy. Finally, Griffin's contribution to the production of Zookeeper helped make the movie a great experience for families everywhere. His character is the bridge between the humans and the animals, showing that no matter how different we are, we can all be friends. The production team made sure Griffin's kindness and bravery were shown. Clearly, so kids would learn that helping others is one of the most important things in life. The bright colors, funny voices of the animals, and Griffin's loving care all worked together to create a happy and hopeful story. Thanks to Griffin and the people who made the movie, Zookeeper became a fun and meaningful film that teaches kids how wonderful it is to be kind, brave, and true to themselves. Griffin's big heart and gentle spirit were the biggest contributions to the movie's success, making it a story that children will remember and love. The development of the movie Zookeeper is a very interesting and important part of how the story was created. Development means all the planning and work that happens before the movie is made and shown in theaters. In this stage, the people who wanted to tell the story thought about who the characters would be, what the story would teach, and how the movie would look. Griffin, the main character, is very important in this development stage because the creators wanted him to be kind, funny, and easy for kids to understand. They knew Griffin's character would help children learn about being brave and caring for others. So, during development, they wrote a special story about Griffin, the shy but loving zookeeper who finds courage with the help of his animal friends. This part of making the movie is like planting seeds for a garden. The ideas about Griffin and the animals needed to grow strong so the whole movie could be wonderful. When the movie was being developed, Griffin's contribution to the story was planned very carefully. The writers worked hard to make Griffin's character relatable to kids. They gave him a big heart and a shy personality so children could see that it is okay to be nervous sometimes. They wanted Griffin to teach kids that even if you feel afraid, you can still be brave. The development team also created the idea that the animals could talk and help Griffin, which made the story exciting and full of fun lessons. Griffin's role was designed to show kindness, patience, and friendship in action. Without Griffin's special character being developed this way, the movie wouldn't be as heartwarming or meaningful. This shows how important his contribution is. Griffin helps bring the story to life and makes it something children can understand and love. Another important part of development is deciding how the movie will look and feel. The people making the movie had to imagine what the zoo would look like, how the animals would act, and how Griffin would interact with them. During development, Griffin's contribution is also in how the story helps guide all these ideas. The creators thought about how Griffin's kindness would change the way animals see humans. And how the animals would want to help him. They planned funny and touching scenes where Griffin learns from the animals and becomes more confident. This part of development is very big because it helps the whole movie come alive with colors, sounds, and feelings. Griffin's role makes the story warm and special, and the development team made sure that every part of the movie worked together to show his kind heart and brave spirit. Finally, the development of Zookeeper made sure that Griffin's contribution would teach kids some of life's most important lessons. The movie helps children understand that being shy or scared is normal, but that with friends and kindness, anyone can be brave. Griffin's character was created to be a good example for kids, showing them how to care for others and be true to themselves. The development team worked on making Griffin's journey easy to follow, so children could learn from his story. Because of this careful planning and development, the movie became a fun and loving story that families can enjoy together. Griffin's contribution during development was very big. He is the heart of the movie, the character who brings the story's message of courage, friendship, and kindness to life for everyone watching. The movie, Zookeeper, was filmed in special places where the real-life magic of a zoo could come to life on screen. Filming means the time when all the actors, animals, and cameras come together to make the movie. Griffin, the main character, plays a very important role during filming because he is the person who takes care of all the animals and shows us how much he loves them. During filming, the actors had to pretend to talk and work with the animals, and sometimes with animals made by computers to make the story look real and fun. Griffin's contribution is very big because he helps bring the animals and the story to life. He shows kids how to be kind, patient, and brave while being around animals. The filming team worked hard to make sure everything looked safe and happy, and that the animals were treated with respect during every scene. One sad part connected to the movies. Filming is about a giraffe named Zookeeper. In real life, a giraffe that inspired part of the movie passed away, which made many people feel sad. This shows that animals are very special and need love and care, just like Griffin teaches us in the movie. Griffin's contribution in this part of the story reminds kids that animals are living creatures who need kindness and respect. The filmmakers wanted everyone to remember how important it is to take care of animals, both in zoos and in nature. Griffin's gentle and loving way of helping the animals in the movie helps teach kids that we must be kind and careful with animals, so they can be happy and healthy for a long time. During the filming, Griffin's character helped the actors and the crew understand how to work with animals in a gentle and safe way. The people making the movie made sure the animals were never hurt or scared. Griffin's role showed kids the importance of being patient and loving when taking care of animals, even when things are hard or challenging. Sometimes filming with animals can be tricky because animals don't always do what we expect. But Griffin's character teaches us that kindness and calmness can solve many problems. This is one of Griffin's biggest contributions. He shows that love and care are the best ways to help animals feel safe and happy. The movie's filming was a big adventure for everyone. And Griffin's character helped make sure that animals were treated like special friends. It's not just movie props. At the end of the day, Griffin's contribution during the filming of Zookeeper and the story about the giraffe's death remind us all that animals deserve respect and kindness every day. The movie helps kids learn that animals have feelings just like people do, and that taking care of them is a very important job. Griffin's character is a wonderful example of how being gentle, brave, and loving can make a big difference in the lives of animals and people too. Even when sad things happen, like the giraffe's passing, the message of caring and friendship in the movie stays strong. Thanks to Griffin and the people who made the movie, kids can learn how special animals are and why we should always treat them with love and respect. When the movie Zookeeper was ready, it's time for the big event called the release. The release means the day when the movie comes out for everyone to watch in theaters or at home. This is a very exciting time because all the hard work from making the movie finally shows to the world. Griffin, the main character, plays a very important role during the release because he is the heart of the story. His kind and caring personality helps kids and families connect with the movie and learn important lessons about friendship, courage, and love. Griffin's contribution is very big because without him, the story wouldn't be as warm or meaningful. When the movie was released, many people watched it and felt happy and inspired by Griffin's journey from being shy to becoming brave with the help of his animal friends. The release of Zookeeper also gave Griffin a chance to show everyone how important it is to care for animals and be kind to others. The movie was made to entertain kids, but it also teaches them valuable lessons. And Griffin is the character who carries these messages. When the movie came out, families could watch Griffin's story together and talk about how being a good friend and being brave can help us all in life. Griffin's contribution during the release is that he helps make these lessons easy to understand and remember. Kids see Griffin as someone they can look up to, a gentle, caring person who learns how to be confident and who shows love to animals and people alike. Because of him, the movie is not just fun, but also full of heart. Another big part of the release is how the movie helps people everywhere feel happy and hopeful. Griffin's contribution is especially important because he shows that even if you feel scared or shy, you can still find courage inside yourself. When the movie came out, many children who felt nervous or unsure saw Griffin's story and realized they are not alone. The release gave Griffin's message a chance to reach many kids around the world. His character inspires them to be brave and to be kind, just like he is. The movie also reminds kids that friends, even animal friends, can help us be better and stronger. Griffin's contribution is huge because he helps turn the movie into a story that brings smiles, laughter, and hope to families everywhere. Finally, Griffin's contribution during the release of Zookeeper helped make the movie a big success. Because of him, children loved watching the movie and learning from his example. The release made it possible for families to share a wonderful story about kindness, friendship, and bravery. Griffin is the hero who teaches kids that it's okay to be shy sometimes, but it's important to keep trying and believe in yourself. The movie's release was a joyful moment because it gave Griffin a chance to touch many hearts and inspire many kids. Thanks to Griffin's warm and caring character, Zookeeper became a movie that children will remember and enjoy for a long time. His contribution during the release made the movie more than just a film. It became a story full of hope and love for everyone who watches it. The theatrical release of the movie Zookeeper means the time when the movie was first shown in movie theaters for everyone to watch on the big screen. This is a very special moment because the story of Griffin, the kind zookeeper, could finally be shared with many kids and families all around the world. Griffin's contribution during the theatrical release is very important because he is the main character who helps bring the story to life. His gentle, caring nature teaches kids how to be kind and brave. When the movie was shown in theaters, kids could see Griffin's adventures in big, bright colors and hear the animals talk in funny voices, making the whole experience exciting and fun. Griffin's role is the heart of the movie, and his kindness helps children understand the importance of helping others and believing in themselves. During the theatrical release, many people went to see Zookeeper because Griffin's story is full of friendship and courage. Griffin's contribution is more than just acting. He is a good example for kids who might feel shy or scared sometimes. In the movie theaters, kids watched Griffin learning how to be brave and how to talk to the person he likes, even when it feels hard. This helps children understand that everyone feels nervous at times, but with friends and courage, they can do great things. The animals that talk to Griffin teach him important lessons about confidence and love. And seeing this on a big screen makes the story even more special. Griffin's kindness and his journey to becoming confident inspire kids everywhere, making his contribution very big during the theatrical release. The theatrical release also means that families and friends could go together to enjoy the movie and talk about the important messages Griffin shares. Griffin's contribution is shown in how he helps children learn that caring for animals and people is a wonderful thing to do. The movie's bright colors, funny animal voices, and Griffin's warm personality make the story fun to watch on the big screen. When kids see Griffin helping animals and learning to be brave, it encourages them to be kind and courageous in their own lives. The big theater screen makes the animals seem even more real and the story more exciting. Griffin's role helps kids connect with the movie in a way that is both fun and meaningful, making his contribution very large during this time. Finally, Griffin's contribution during the theatrical release of Zookeeper helped the movie become a favorite for many children. Watching Griffin on the big screen made the story feel like a real adventure, full of laughter, friendship, and love. Kids learned from Griffin that it's okay to be shy, but it's important to try your best and be kind to everyone. The theatrical release helped share this message with families everywhere so they could enjoy the movie together and talk about what Griffin teaches us. Because of Griffin's warm and caring character, the movie became more than just a fun storyette became a way to inspire kids to be brave, loving, and true to themselves. His contribution was very big and important, helping make Zookeeper a movie that children will remember and love for a long time. The home media release of the movie Zookeeper means the time when the movie became available for families to watch at home. This could be on DVD, Blu-ray, or through digital streaming. So kids and parents can enjoy Griffin's story anytime they want, not just at the movie theater. Griffin's contribution to the movie is very important during the home media release, because he is the heart of the story who teaches us all about kindness, bravery, and friendship. When the movie comes into homes, Griffin's character helps kids feel connected to the animals and understand that being caring and brave is something anyone can do, even if they feel shy at first. Watching Griffin and his animal friends over and over again at home helps children remember these important lessons and practice kindness in their own lives. Having Zookeeper at home means that families can watch the movie many times. And each time, Griffin's contribution helps kids learn something new. Griffin is the gentle zookeeper who shows us how to be patient with others, how to be brave when things feel hard, and how to care for all living creatures. At home, children can see how Griffin listens to the animals and learns from them, which teaches us all about friendship and understanding. Griffin's kindness is a big part of the movie, and having the movie at home makes it easy for kids to watch it with their family and talk about how they can be kind to animals and friends. 2. His contribution is very big because he makes the movie feel warm and loving every time it is watched, another wonderful part of the home media release is that families can watch the movie at their own pace and create special memories with Griffin and his animal friends. Griffin's contribution is important because he helps kids see that it's okay to feel scared, but that trying your best and believing in yourself is what really matters. Kids can laugh at the funny animals, enjoy Griffin's journey, and even learn how to be better friends just like him. When the movie is watched at home, kids can pause and talk about their favorite parts, or watch it again when they want to feel brave and happy. Griffin's character makes the movie more than just a story. It becomes a friend that children can visit anytime they want, helping them grow in kindness and courage. Finally, Griffin's contribution during the home media release helps make Zookeeper a special movie for kids everywhere. Because the movie is easy to watch at home, many children have been inspired by Griffin's big heart and bravery. Watching Griffin's story in their own homes allows kids to feel close to the animals and learn important lessons about caring and friendship. Griffin shows that being gentle and brave can change the world around you, and having the movie at home helps kids remember this message again and again. Thanks to Griffin, the movie isn't just something to watch, it becomes a story full of love and hope that children carry with them long after the movie ends. His contribution is huge, making Zookeeper a movie that brings joy and kindness into homes all over the world. The reception of a movie means how people feel and what they say about the movie after they watch it. When Zookeeper was shown to the world, many kids and families talked about how much they liked Griffin, the main character. Griffin's contribution to the movie's reception is very important because he is the kind and brave zookeeper who teaches everyone about friendship and courage. People who watched the movie noticed how Griffin's gentle heart and funny moments made the story very special. Kids especially loved seeing Griffin talk to the animals and learning how to be confident with their help. Because of Griffin, the movie made a big impact on many children, helping them feel happier and braver after watching his adventure. One of the biggest reasons why the movie was received warmly by many people is because Griffin's character is easy to understand and relate to. Griffin's contribution helps kids see that it is okay to be shy or scared sometimes, but what matters most is trying your best and being kind to others. Many kids and parents talked about how Griffin's kindness toward animals and his friends was a good example to follow. The animals in the movie, who helped Griffin find courage, made the story funny and exciting. Griffin's role in the movie showed children that even if they feel nervous, they can still be heroes in their own way. This made the movie feel warm and encouraging, which helped many people like it a lot. During the reception, some people also talked about how Griffin's contribution helped teach important lessons. He shows kids that friends can come in many forms, even animals, and that caring for others is very important. Griffin's journey from being shy to being brave inspired children to believe in themselves. Because of this, the movie became more than just a fun story, became a helpful guide for kids learning how to face their fears and be kind. Many parents appreciated how Griffin's character showed good values in a way that was easy for kids to understand. This helped the movie get a positive reception, as families enjoyed watching Griffin grow and learn important things about life. Finally, Griffin's contribution to the reception of Zookeeper made the movie a favorite for many children around the world. The story of Griffin and his animal friends brought smiles, laughter, and important lessons to kids everywhere. His kindness, patience, and courage touched the hearts of many viewers, making the movie feel special and memorable. To Griffin's big heart and brave spirit, the movie helped children feel inspired and hopeful. The positive reception means that Griffin's role in the movie was very big and important because he helped make Zookeeper a movie that kids and families will love and remember for a long time. Griffin showed everyone that with kindness and bravery, anything is possible. The box office is where people buy tickets to see movies in theaters, and it helps everyone know how popular a movie is. When Zookeeper came out, lots of people went to watch it because they loved the story of Griffin, the kind and brave zookeeper. Griffin's contribution to the movie's success at the box office is very important because he is the character that kids and families want to see. Griffin's funny and caring personality makes the movie fun and heartwarming, which helps many people want to watch it again and again. The box office shows how many people enjoyed Griffin's story, and because of him, the movie earned a lot of money to keep making more fun and loving stories. One big reason Griffin helped the movie do well at the box office is because he is someone children can understand and look up to. Griffin's journey from being shy to becoming brave with the help of his animal friends teaches kids important lessons about friendship, courage, and kindness. These are lessons that many children and parents find inspiring and fun to watch. When people hear about a movie that has a hero like Griffin, they want to go to the theater to see him in action. His role in the story makes the movie more than just entertainment. It becomes a story with a big heart, which helps attract lots of viewers to the box office. Another way Griffin's contribution helped the box office is by making the movie enjoyable for the whole family. Kids laugh at Griffin's funny moments and the talking animals, while parents appreciate the positive messages about being kind and brave. This makes the movie a perfect choice for family movie nights, which means many families bought tickets to watch it together. Griffin's character helps bring all the fun and lessons into one big, exciting adventure. This means more people want to see the movie in theaters, and the box office numbers go up because of his big, warm-hearted role. Griffin shows everyone how important it is to care for others. And that message makes the movie very special and popular. Finally, Griffin's contribution to the box office success of Zookeeper helped the movie become a favorite among children everywhere. The story of Griffin and his animal friends filled theaters with laughter and smiles. Because of Griffin's kindness and bravery, many kids felt inspired to be more confident and caring in their own lives. The money the movie made at the box office showed that families loved the story and wanted to see it on the big screen. Griffin's role was very big and important because he helped make Zookeeper a movie that brought joy and hope to many people. Thanks to Griffin, the movie's box office success helped share his message of friendship and courage with children all over the world. When the movie Zookeeper came out, many people who watch movies for a living, called critics, shared their opinions about it. On a popular website called Rotten Tomatoes, only a small number of critics, about 14 out of 100, said they liked the movie. Most of them gave it low scores because they thought the story was not very good and the jokes were not very funny, especially for kids. Some critics said the movie tried too hard to be funny but didn't really succeed. The website said the movie smothers the main actor, Kevin James, meaning it didn't give him a good story to work with. Other critics thought some jokes in the movie were not right for young kids, even though kids might be interested in the animals and the silly story. This made the movie not as popular with critics as it could have been. Another website, Metacritic, which also collects reviews and gives a score, gave Zookeeper a very low number. Just 30 out of 100. This means most critics did not like the movie and thought it was not very good. Some well-known critics used strong words to explain how they felt. For example, Brian Lowry from Variety said the movie felt like it was made just to sell itself without a real story behind it. He thought it was boring and didn't have enough funny moments. Todd McCarthy from The Hollywood Reporter said the movie was dreadful and did not make people laugh, calling it mirthless, which means without joy or fun. But he did say one of the actors, Leslie Bibb, tried hard and was the only one who kept her dignity or self-respect, even though the movie wasn't very good. Some other critics who review movies for shows also didn't like Zookeeper. For example, Ignacy Vishnevetsky said the movie might look funny if you just watch the trailer. But the real movie was mostly about the main actor Kevin James falling down and doing silly things again and again. This kind of humor made some people laugh, but not everyone. Both Vishnevetsky and his co-host, Christy Lemire, gave the movie a thumbs down, which means they didn't recommend it. There was also a funny YouTube show called Red Letter Media that made a joke about the movie trailer. They acted like the trailer was a clever joke making fun of other similar comedies, saying the movie was missing a silly rapper character to be complete. Even though many critics didn't like Zookeeper, some people did enjoy it. Famous movie. Critic Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars, which is a good score. He said the movie was not a great masterpiece, but was a pleasant, fun movie that families could watch together. He thought the talking animals were cute, but wished they were drawn like cartoons instead of real animals. Sean O'Connell from the Washington Post noticed that Kevin James is known for doing funny falls and silly stunts. And in this movie, he did a lot of those, which made people laugh. So, while many critics found problems with the movie, some viewers enjoyed the humor and the warm, friendly story about Griffin. The Zookeeper accolades are special awards or honors that movies sometimes receive when people think they did a great job. For the movie Zookeeper, the story about Griffin, the kind and funny zookeeper, didn't win many big awards, but Griffin's contribution was still very important. Griffin is the character who brings the whole movie to life by showing kids how to be brave, caring, and good friends to animals and people. Even if the movie didn't get a lot of awards, many kids loved Griffin's warm heart and the funny moments he shared with the animals. His big, kind personality made the movie memorable. And that is a kind of accolade, too. The joy and love he brings to the audience. Griffin's contribution to the movie helped teach important lessons that many children and families enjoyed. While the movie might not have won many trophies, it did win the hearts of many kids because of the way Griffin's character showed bravery and kindness. Kids could see how Griffin started off shy and nervous, but became confident with help from his animal friends. This made Griffin a hero in the eyes of children who watched the movie. Even though awards are nice, Griffin's biggest accolade is how he inspires kids to be better friends and to never give up, which is even more special than a shiny trophy. Sometimes movies get special nominations or are mentioned for fun awards that celebrate all kinds of movies, big or small. Griffin's role in Zookeeper helped the movie be noticed for being funny and family-friendly. Even if it wasn't the best movie of the year, his contribution helped make the story enjoyable and full of laughs, which is very important in movies made for kids. Kids love seeing how Griffin talks to the animals and learns from them. And this fun part of the movie helped Zookeeper stand out in a crowded world of movies. So, while Griffin might not have won a golden statue, his kindness, courage, and humor were a big win for everyone who loves the movie. Finally, Griffin's contribution to Zookeeper means that even if the movie didn't get a lot of official awards, it still succeeded in making children happy and teaching them good things. That is one of the best kinds of accolades a movie can get, being loved by kids and families. Griffin's heart, bravery, and friendship helped make Zookeeper a movie that children will remember and enjoy for a long time. The smiles and lessons he shares are the biggest honors he could ever receive. Because of Griffin, the movie brought fun and kindness to many people, and that makes his contribution very big and very important. Distribution means how a movie gets shared, okay, and sent out for people all over the world to watch it. When the movie Zookeeper was finished, it wasn't just kept in one place. It was sent to many movie theaters, stores, and online platforms so lots of kids and families could enjoy it everywhere. Griffin, the kind and funny zookeeper, plays a very important role in this because he is the character who makes the movie interesting and fun for people to watch. Because of Griffin's warm heart and funny adventures with the animals, many families wanted to see the movie, so the people who shared the movie made sure it was easy to find and watch in many places. Griffin's contribution helped the movie reach kids at home, in theaters, and even on computers or tablets. When a movie is distributed, it means it is shown in different countries and places, so kids all around the world can enjoy it. Griffin's contribution to Zookeeper helped the movie become popular enough to be shared widely. His friendly and brave personality made children everywhere want to watch his story, which is about learning to be confident and kind. Because Griffin is the heart of the movie, the people who distribute the film know that kids will love his funny moments and his special bond with the animals. So, Griffin helps the movie travel far and wide, bringing laughter and important lessons to children no matter where they live.